gamers, welcome to episode 69 of Cinema. Oh no, it's doing the thing where it zooms in on the wrong person. I hope it doesn't do that later because I'm counting on it not doing that later. It's episode...
why am I'm zooming too. I just weird zoomed.
Yeah, it's gonna. Here we go. Now I'm featured. Now I'm the one in the center stage, as everything should be. Welcome to episode 69, nice, of Cinema Curse. My camera's really fucking going buck wild, and I don't know what its deal is. Does not want to focus on what's going on. Tonight we're talking about some more 2025 films. Marty Supreme. Wake Up Dead Man, Wicked for Good, and Testament of Ann Lee, among others. But more importantly, tonight, we are sponsored by Mr. Beast and Feastables. They sent me a whole box of these. I pulled out a couple, so I'm going to be trying them out throughout. I got some... They sent me some copy, like, literature to read, including a game for later. And so we're going to start the episode, actually, with, I got this, it's Milk Crunch. I assume this is going to be like a crunch bar. I grabbed a couple out. We'll see this how this is. I assume it's going to be going chocolate, you know. How bad can it be? Yeah. I don't know why my fucking hand is up still. The fuck? I don't know my hand. It's good. I don't know if y'all thought the bit was going to be that I hate chocolate. Have you seen me? But anyways, I'm your wicked game master, Lloyd Crews. I'm your phantom game master today. And joining me today is Bri Robert.
Hey guys, how are you?
Scott Heaton.
Hey, good to see everybody.
Luna Nightingale.
A fine evening to you all.
And Daisygreen Stenhouse.
Hi, everybody.
I want to thank Marina Sakamoto and her band Shunkin for the use of their song Curse off the EP She Nods for our opening. It's been 791 days since the strike ended and the AMPTP still sucks. How is everyone doing? I'm enjoying some sponsored Mr. Beast chocolate. I looked at the thing here, and one of the first things it says is that it doesn't have rat poison in it.
That's good. Good
Which I'm glad they made such readily available.
Is it literally just like chocolate, or is it some protein? Or is it just like I'm making a chocolate bar?
It's just a chocolate
like peanut
bar.
butter in it?
Okay.
No, there's different flavors. I've got a couple other ones over here that I'm going to try throughout the rest of the show.
Wow.
And yeah, they sent me a whole bin, and I just grabbed a couple.
So generous.
Yeah, no, it's just like a bar. It's like I said, this one is you can kind of see it's like a crunch bar basically. I mean, it's good.
The Beast
You're
Crunch.
making me want to go get. I've got some chocolate covered quinoa in the other.
Hell yeah!
Oh, that's so
This is the best kind of quinoa.
No brand names. Only brand name today is Feastables. But let's. I realized I forgot to assign to do. Oh my god, my stupid screen did a close up on. Hold on, let's do this quick so it'll go back to normal. Marty Supreme, the first movie we're talking about today. Daisygreen, will you tell us what is Marty Supreme about?
Oh my gosh, I would love to. It is about a talented young table tennis player by the name of Marty Mauser, played by Timothy Chalamet. Takes place in the 50s. Yes? Yeah.
Yes.
And, you know, it's before table tennis is really known in the U.S., so he's kind of fighting this uphill battle to be taken seriously in a sport that a lot of the rest of the world takes seriously. And a lot of that has to do with him needing money to go play table tennis around the world and getting into situations with all sorts of folks trying to get that money.
Yeah, here we got some Marty Supreme bowls.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I got
Hell yeah.
scammed the A16 on those.
I feel like my big reaction watching it, especially after watching the Smashing Machine, was like, oh, here's the guys who made Good Time and Uncut Gems.
Yeah,
And when I say guys, I think it is Josh Savity and Ronald Bronstein.
Yeah.
Who,
I think a lot of the crew.
yeah. It's interesting. This is not something that I created, this like phrase to a certain degree, but it seems like someone said that it's like they're trying to make a whole movie, and this is true for Good Time and Uncut Gems as well, from the last 15 minutes of Goodfellas. And and this movie is a little different in that it has the kind of, the sports opening and the sports closing, but then that middle section is very much so the last 15 minutes of Goodfellas in the way that Gems and Time are.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, when my roommates saw it, they saw it a week before because it opened in LA early. And they noted that it was stressful. It was one of the first things they said about it. And
which is obviously exactly what Good Time and Uncut Gems is best about,
I know people. I loved Uncut Gems, and I've seen it several times. But I know plenty of people who were like, "I saw it once. I really liked it. I never want to see it again."
I think people who get actually stressed out by that are people who are not stressed out in their real life. Because for me, as someone who deals with like crippling anxiety issues, a movie like that allows you to feel those things in a safe space is actually very cathartic to me. And I feel like if you are not someone who has to deal with those emotions, I can understand why having to feel them when you normally don't feel them would be a upsetting and distressing experience. Whereas for me, I'm like,
well, it's funny you say that, because that's the way I am kind of with the trauma horror, like even Hereditary, where I could see it time and time again, where other people are like, once and I'm good, or I don't even want to go near it. Those kinds of things. When you're so right on that with that feeling, and I think that's how we associate with film so much. It is that safe space where you're like, gonna feel this thing, and through somebody else. That's great.
Yeah, I feel that way about the movie Little Nicky. I know, like, you only want to see it once, but
I get it.
will watch
I get it.
Again,
I get it.
And again and again. So maybe not.
This
you
isn't
guys
really.
made me watch Little Nicky, by the way. I was going so many years without having to see it.
I'm sure that woman was Scott's call. The big moment in this that I think is like that stressful is the when they're at that like whatever house with the bathtub, when they start interacting with Abel Ferreira. I remember in the theater that got a real. I think I was like, Jesus when that.
Wait,
No,
that was Jesus. I know. Maybe I got Jesus in stereo because I think you guys were on the side of me.
I know at least like 2 or 3 times during that movie I audibly said like a word like totally. Jesus or fuck out loud.
Yeah. No, it did. I mean, there were a lot of. I feel like Uncut Gems obviously has like at least one very big shock in it. And I kind of can't remember the maybe earlier ones too, where I feel like that sequence. And there were a few sequences in this that had that kind of like, oh, fuck. Like, this is like something else is now about to happen, which I thought was cool. I think, I mean, I feel bad for the other Safdie in terms of like a bad year to have their two separate movies coming out, and for this one to have not even just like, that I thought this was a better movie, which I did, but also to have like this one had all the weight behind it, it felt like, and the other one really
if it hadn't been for the name, and if you put like a random director on that, I would have been like, okay, it's just another film. Like it didn't feel cohesive with their world. Like when you watch a Coen Brothers film, you know what that's all about. And even with them doing their side things, it's not quite as jarring as this was.
Right, which I mean, maybe Benny wanted to get away from some fucking guy needs a certain amount of money and keeps shooting himself in the foot trying to get it. Like.
Maybe Benny was like, cinema goes farther than the last 15 minutes of Goodfellas.
Yeah.
Totally.
Well, I do want to add that I don't think it's like entirely a Safdie brothers thing. I'm pretty. Timothée Chalamet also had a pretty heavy hand in the promotional aspect. Like
yeah.
I saw that
yeah.
one video where he was just like pitching something on his birthday, and he was like, Marty Supreme Christmas Day, Marty Supreme Christmas Day.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I got like a lot of traction.
I do appreciate about Timmy that like he goes sort of method in promotion. You know, like I feel like he promotes every movie as with like the vibe of the character.
This thing behind
very Nicolas Cage of him.
this thing behind me is hilarious. I sent that to you. It's I forget. I don't know what the entire context is, but he's like auditioning people for some sort of thing, and somebody comes in and they're like voguing with a ping pong paddle, and Timmy, you see him watching it, and he's just like, and then at the end, and then at the end, the person blows Timmy a kiss, and Timmy goes, "Okay, received."
I will say one disappointment I had about this movie is that the orange ping pong balls weren't a bigger part of the film. I was like, they were so central to the promotion that I was like, where the fuck are the orange balls?
Right. It's just like, hey, here's this box of things that I've been working on. And you're like, all right, cool.
Yeah, and then it's not. And there's even one of the sequences, I think maybe the last match.
Yeah,
they're wearing white.
Yeah,
and I was like, the orange balls. You need the orange balls. Yeah, but it didn't come up.
He left them.
That is, because it could have felt better to have like you're feeling like you're working towards something with like this promoting versus just like I'm fucking good.
Right.
But Timmy is great in it. He's the Christmas king.
Man.
Last year we had A Complete Unknown. Year before that we had Wonka. What's next?
Dune.
Dune. Is Dune gonna be a Christmas movie next year?
Yes,
actually. I think it's like December 19th.
Same day as Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah, it's Doomsday.
They're like doing a whole promotional thing with it.
That's gonna be disappointing for someone.
For me, who's gonna watch neither movie.
Tyler, their creator, is also good in it, but I think he's
so good in it.
Gwyneth Paltrow was really good. I feel like she hasn't been this good in a movie in a while. April Ferreira is really good in it. I will say Kevin O'Leary is good, but not good enough to warrant casting such a total and complete shithead. So
it was just like, let's cast this real life shithead. You know, that's all it was. You know, I couldn't believe because I had no idea he was part of it until those opening credits, and I'm like, Kevin O'Leary, is that Kevin O'Leary? And
that shithead.
It was weird. I did not expect it.
And like he's in it a lot. Like,
yeah.
Someone was, it should have been Eric Roberts, and you know what? You know what? Fuck it. Star of A Karate Christmas Miracle. You know, and I also say this as a goy, but I also appreciate the way that the Safdie movies like this and Uncut Gems especially like get at like Jewishness in like these like very oblique ways. These like characters who it's clearly like a big part of their life, but it's very like strange and like not typical, I would say, in the ways it's like expressed in the film. Especially
like
that
it's
weird,
such an authentic niche almost, you know, that like it has to come from that viewpoint directly.
Especially that fucking the honey story.
That was like, I was for a minute, I was like, what the fuck are we doing with this? Like, it was a wild moment of the film that just I didn't expect it to go into a place like that jarringly.
I really enjoyed it. I had a little bit that question, which I think has been coming up for me. It came up with another movie that we're going to talk about tonight. Like, I had a little bit of the like, why while watching this, you know, like that was kind of my only note really, was that it was like, I had just a little bit of the sort of why of it all is like I see the pieces all kind of being there, but I'm missing like the total impact all coming together. Especially just like and, you know, wherever a movie ends, I feel like kind of tells you a lot about like, oh, this is what this movie was about. Like, this is the sort of final piece of the POV. And the way this movie ended, I was like, oh, this is what this movie was about. Like, that kind of wasn't what I was getting the whole time.
Can I throw out spoilers real quick? Because that was my last note. Bing. Basically, I really, it's funny. I've heard some people say that. I really, I mean, I like that ending. I know what you're talking about with like him seeing his kid for the first time. It made me emotional in a way that like the other Safdie brothers movies haven't as much, even though I still probably like them more. I also do like that he wins at the end, even though I've heard some people say that they don't like that. But I like that he wins at the end, mostly because it's only meaningful to him. It's essentially
he's more of a villain than anything else.
No, he is such a villain. And it is that. And it's like, I do think I knew that it was going to be about fatherhood in some way, because the title sequence tells you like, oh, the inciting incident of this film in a way is him impregnating the girlfriend.
Right.
So I was like, I'm getting that that's this. I think, and maybe I'm also just like a little too, you know, Hollywood brained sometimes, but like I liked him winning and it only mattering to him, and it kind of being this thing of like him needing to know he was good enough. But I also kind of never doubted that he knew he was good enough. You know, like that didn't feel like his thing to me, was that he was like, I just have to know if I'm the best. Like he seemed so confident that he was the best. So then it's like, I don't know. I felt like I was slightly robbed of like the catharsis of like, he walks away from it all because now he's a dad, you know, like, which not that I think would have felt true to the movie, but it was a little bit like, okay, so he won and then he got to go be a dad and he was like moved emotionally by being a dad, which I did think was an interesting conclusion. But I was like, he also like, I don't know, he didn't like walk away to go be a dad. Like, I don't know. There was just like a couple pieces where I was like, I'm here and I'm like getting it and I'm liking all of the elements, but I'm missing like a tiny bit of something.
I do kind of wish, I think that out of the three, I mean, the Smashing Machine is my least favorite for sure, but out of the three like Josh Safdie movies, this is my least favorite. But I think weirdly in a way, if this was more different, I would like it more. Like I almost wish it went further into the sports stuff a little bit. Yeah. Because to me, that was kind of some of the stuff. I mean, I was really engaged in the middle for sure. But also the sports stuff felt the most like different and kind of fresh. And I was invested in like.
Totally.
And I even really done well. Like, I feel I was sports movie, like, it was just like, oh wow, I was really into how they were playing, how well they were playing. I was into that. I remember thinking by the time we got to like the Abel Ferrara like dog stuff, you know, like I was still into it, but I was also like, I think we're good to get to like the final match. Like,
sure.
As much as I was enjoying the whole thing.
No, I mean, it's like I do feel like it's a masterclass in like setting up like an object, achieving that, but then doing something that ruins that, and now you have this new object, you know, like this kind of constant domino effect. Like I do think it's some of the most like impressive work in that area. It's funny though, because it's also like you kind of start to know it's going to happen every time, you know, like where you know every time, like, well, he's going to fuck this up, you know, like something he's doing is going to fuck this up and the money's going to be gone, you know, and I think maybe this could have used like lifting one 20-minute sequence out or something.
Yeah. It almost felt like when you land a plane, you ever see that scenario where like it touches down real quick and then it has to go right back up. But that's the kind of way it felt, that ending, or just the way that ends. Like that's why I loved Uncut Gems ending. Not to spoil too much of it. It's so like visceral ending that it's like, hey, this is the lead up to what we went through. You know, whereas this kind of didn't have it. It was just sort of like, you know.
I think the difference between those two movies, though, is that like Sandler's character was an addict.
Sure.
Right.
Like I think. In my mind, like we know how it ends, and we've been out for a while. Like, okay, okay, so spoilers are up. He dies. This is like, you know what? It wasn't going to matter. Even though he got that big win, like,
Yeah.
he was never going to stop doing this.
The big win was always going to lead to, well, now I need to chase that high. Yeah.
If anything, had not gotten shot at the end. I think the only difference is like he might have got his uncle into gambling because like his uncle could see like, oh wow, shit, that was amazing what he did. Like, it works.
Right.
I think the reason like Marty worked is because I think I think in some level, like, yeah, you're right. He had the confidence. He certainly sold that he was the best in the world.
Yeah.
But he did lose. And he couldn't, like, he just could not, for all his confidence, all his swagger, he could not say he beat that guy.
Right.
And so I think that's why it hit him so hard. And I think then it's interesting with the ending, because I think what hits him so hard and what is not so much like, oh, he finally sees something like more powerful than himself.
Like,
sure.
First time.
Humbling.
It's humbling. I think it raises a question mark because like I wonder how good of a dad he will be. Mm-hmm. Will he be Howard Ratner? You know, who's just doing his own. You know, like just like, hey man, I'm ping pong. You know, or will he be as devoted to being a ping pong player as he was as he will now be to being dad? Like,
I think the respectful term is table tennis.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
You're over here just disrespecting the sport.
Just completely disrespecting the sport.
What do you think? Is it arcade, Scott? Come on.
There is a thing where like Marty is positioned versus Howie, where it's like he has ruined his life. There's nothing turning back. Marty feels like he could maybe outgrow this one day, and like and
like if he lost and then kept going, that would be more the addiction factor of like I got it. It's like the reverse of winning. It's losing, but like I got to not lose. You know, but it didn't, which was probably good.
Yeah. I will also just say one of my absolute favorite sequences in the movie was the Harlem Globetrotters sequence. So like, good. I think also just seeing the sort of like indignity of it, you know, like the whole thing after hearing him be like, I'm too good for this, then seeing a character do that was so satisfying.
Yeah.
And also then arguing how like proud he was to be doing it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta.
Just such a liar. He's just such a fucking liar.
See, I feel like that one you gotta like once you do it, you gotta be proud of it because like what else is
I think with like the confident liar type, you just keep believing your bullshit, and that's the way you go.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on to Marty's.
By the way, just great movie. And just honestly, like one of the best. One of the best of the year. Like,
definitely.
Holy shit. Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely on the top 10. I mean, I'm figuring out where. I mean, it'll be higher up for sure, but exactly where I'm not sure.
Where to put it. I really want to see it again. You said it's back on 70?
It's back on 70 now, yeah. So I might go check it out.
Because we didn't get a chance to see it on 70.
Same, yeah.
On Christmas, because we saw a different movie we'll be discussing on 70.
Right.
I posted a like favorite films of the year thing today, and Marty Supreme was just after the cutoff, basically, for what I posted.
All right, you'll have to show me because I am not on socials anymore.
But real quick, before I ask Luna to describe the plot of Wake Up Dead Man, starring Josh O'Connor and his slutty neck tattoo, I am going to try. I believe these are like Reese's peanut butter cups. It's like Feastables creamy peanut butter cups. So we're gonna try one of these out and see how this goes. They don't have the little wrapper. They're like almost like little diamonds, like little.
Wow.
Oh.
Maybe the peanut butter cup would have cost them too much money for the licensing of a cup.
Oh yeah, maybe they've patented the cup.
Yeah,
we could put peanut butter.
Like we'll give the cup to Russell Stover, but not Mr. Beast.
This one's pretty good actually. I will say this one's probably better. I mean, I like the Reese's peanut butter, but it's like not actually peanut butter. It's like some sort of peanut butter
powder.
Peanut butter
creamy.
Peanut butter paste, peanut butter like paste.
There's you can get, it's like called PB2 or something, where it's like a powdered and you add just water to it and it makes it into it kind of reminds me of that. It's like you put it in protein shakes and things, but it's like
sure
like protein.
Well,
that makes sense.
Well, I finished this off, Luna. Can you give us a 30 or 1 minute The summary of what Wake Up Dead Man without spoilers.
Church. The last place anyone wants to be. There has been an adorable priest who has been... Oh, I'm trying to do the accent, so not easy. There is an adorable preacher that has been murdered. Or maybe he wasn't murdered and was accused of murder. Anyway, it's Knives Out in a church, and
That's fair. Great.
everything else is like turned up to a 10 when it comes to the satirical elements and criticism of religion.
Yeah, we're going to throw up spoilers pretty quickly for this one, but I think, once again, great stuff. Please make these every other year, Mr. Johnson. I understand. I know that there was there was COVID for Glass Onion, and then the strike for this one. So I'm hoping 4 takes 2 years and not 3. Even though if you have to sacrifice quality, maybe not.
And he does it from a train point of view.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think next one should be on like a mode of transportation,
I like that.
maybe
Yeah, no.
I think something that would be unique and more modern would be like a big plane, like one of those crazy specifically it like takes place on like a flight over the Pacific or something.
And there are a lot of snakes on the plane, maybe?
I was thinking more, is there a lot of money on the plane?
Yeah, something like that. Maybe it's maybe it's snakes on a money plane.
Snakes on a money plane. Great crossover.
Could there possibly be wormholes on this plane?
There might be. Are we talking about Langoliers now?
This Kelsey Grammer's in it. They've got my money.
How many references to plane movies?
Cillian Murphy is there.
Is it also perhaps filled with convicts?
Julianne Moore's child is in the nose.
The snakes are the convicts. Yes.
And don't forget the Edge. The Edge is in there as well. He's
There's a family there who forgot their child at home.
The snakes are
the
escaping
Lawrence brothers. All of them have
through the
roles.
wormholes.
Yeah.
At one point, Harrison Ford's going to look at all these people and just say, "Get off my plane." That's how
I mean, I don't really want to talk about the mystery per se too much. But like, does anyone have any spoiler? There is one thing that I would consider a spoiler, even though it's not a mystery. So I want to throw that up here in a second. But is there any non-spoilery thoughts people want to share before I do that?
I love the acting in this movie, personally. Yeah. Compared to the other Knives Out movies, I think the acting was really honed in, and everything felt tight-knit, and everyone had some charisma with each other, and it was just really, really unique. And then you have Jeremy Renner, who was just being himself.
Yeah, I was just I had a fan-fucking-tastic time at the movies watching this. I got to see it at the Egyptian, which was fun.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
Great with an audience, so funny. I mean, just deeply in love with Josh O'Connor. I kind of was not a huge Knives Out person. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed the first one. The second one was fun, but this one I was I get it now. I'm locked in, and give me 30 more. I'll show back up.
I am so ready for honorary lesbian Benoit Blanc to just have 30 more movies.
Absolutely.
It's interesting.
Please, Ron Johnson, I will watch anything you put in theaters.
I saw this yesterday for the first time. I did not get a chance to see it in theaters. It just it played for a week, and I'm going to go to any of the screenings. Not like it as much as the other two. Or actually, no, I liked it better than Glass Onion ultimately. But I guess I didn't like when it was over. I didn't have the same feeling as I did for the other two.
Yeah.
But today thinking about it a lot more than the other two. I think there's just a lot more to chew on. And it's interesting because I really like the first two, especially the first one.
I like all of them a lot. So
yeah, I do like this one a lot. But it didn't quite hit me the same way the other two. But I do ever suspect that I might end up watching this one more than the other two. Definitely more than Glass Onion. And that I might end up liking this one more. Most.
I also just thought like it was, I thought it was beautiful looking and the performances were incredible. And I also just really appreciated that, like, I think it is difficult to make a non-preachy movie that is ultimately about like faith over religion.
Yeah.
And I thought this like did that so well, where it was like, oh yeah, like this is a movie about, like where I'm like buying into like this person's faith, like without it being like, and then their child was an angel, like some crap like that. So yeah, I just like appreciated that it really felt like it had a strong point of view and like was so committed to it and really executed it.
Can I toss up spoilers? Because that leads me to something I want to say, which is that to me, like the centerpiece of the movie, and it's weird, when I took these notes for these movies, because I watched them like last month, or not that long ago, but I read through the Wikipedia article just to like see, to jog my mind. And it's interesting, and I understand why the plot of the Wikipedia article doesn't mention this scene, but I think it's like the heart of the movie. But there's a scene towards the middle where Father Judd, as pictured behind me, played by Josh O'Connor, and Benoit Blanc are looking for information and call this construction. And it starts out as a bit where Bridget Everett, this construction lady, I don't know, like a lady who works in like a construction office, is like being very like, she's like not getting to the point, yada, yada, yada. And then like halfway through, there's this turn where she starts to confess these issues she's having to Father Judd, and Father Judd realizes like, oh, like this mystery stuff, like that's Benoit Blanc. Like this is why I'm here. And to me, this is like, as a former Christian, like this is the kind of movie I watch and like makes me want to be a Christian again in a weird way, where it's like I get it. Like if everyone was like a Father Judd, and I think there are a lot of Father Judds out there. Probably more than people, atheists like myself give credit for sometimes. But like it is, it's very moving. It's like I'm getting emotional thinking about this stuff now, because it is.
Oh, that scene was incredible.
It's very tender, and it's just, which is like a flavor I didn't know these movies could have, like being so like sweet in that way. Also a little spooky. Yeah. This is kind of the spookiest of the movies too.
Oh, definitely.
Which I like too.
Yeah. I think that scene was like, I feel like people will be talking about that scene for a long time, like in terms of also just like the brilliance of like, it's so fast paced, like you're so on the clock, like with Judd and Benoit being like, okay, lady, like give us the information. Like we've got a fucking mystery to solve,
Yeah.
And then that total slowdown, that total like full like tonal change as an actor, where you just see this like, oh, like there is something so much bigger than what we're doing, and it's this. And the thing that is bigger is showing up for another person who's asking for help in this moment. Like I think it was just like so incredible.
I think I've thought for a long time that there should almost be like another level down of like acting nominations at the Academy Awards, like guest actor, because like Emmys have that as well.
Yeah.
For performances like that. that, because like Bridget Everett would be like pretty high on my list for like guest actress in terms of performances for the year, because she's basically essentially you hear her voice in one other scene, but essentially she's like one scene, and it's such a impactful. And then also,
I mean, if they threw her a nod for best supporting actress, I'd get behind it.
Yeah, same.
Honestly,
she's not better than Amy Madigan, to be fair.
No, that's the thing. I was thinking about that. She would lose to Amy Madigan, but she should be nominated. No, I mean, that whole scene to me is the thesis of the movie.
Yeah.
And it's in a weird way, the movie reminded me of the Book of Mormon, which Trey Parker and Matt Stone described as an atheist's love letter to religion. And I feel like this
100%.
definitely falls. Yeah.
Well, you can feel that in like Benoit. It was probably one of the bigger arcs Benoit has in these movies too, in terms of like, to be honest, it like reminds me of the arc I've had with my like views towards Christianity from like my early 20s to where I am now, where it has kind of gone from like a kind of disdainful like pushing aside to a kind of understanding of like, I don't really like this at all, and I think there's a lot of bullshit here, but I get it.
Right.
And I think that people are looking, my unironically, my temple, I've said this before. I know me and Daniel have talked about this before, is the movie theater and stuff, and everybody has their thing. And so like, I get it. Like,
totally.
Life is fucked up, and, these are traditions passed down forever.
Well, and I think also like, I thought it handled too the kind of like the political slant very well, where like having this, like one of the characters is is trying to be a conservative politician, and like the way in which that is very sort of like satirically done, of like when he's like, I've tried everything, like I tried racism, I tried homophobia, like I tried, like running through the list, where you're like, like that was great. I was like, great, I like know what you're saying here, got it. And I think being able to like have that kind of, I feel like it's so hard to make commentary about our current political system because it's so intense, like, and it's so fucked that it's like very hard to satirize, because you're like, well, we can't do that because we already did something sillier. Like, it's like
the payoff for that bit you're talking about is that he lists like 40 different topics, and then he like pauses and he's like, I guess people are just too numb these days, I don't get it.
Right. But I think that, like, that, having that POV, and then also, like, without going too deep into, like, here's the statement I'm making, like, have, Brolin's character be, like, this is someone who is preaching fear. He's trading on fear, like, and that fear is a very powerful thing, and, like, here's this sort of cult of fear being cultivated, versus this person coming in with a totally different and very human approach. And I think like that to me felt like a very astute observation of kind of the only way to like move through some of the chaos in our world of like, like start having conversations with people,
Yeah.
Also a great Skimbleshanks needle drop in the car.
Yes. Not enough cats needle drops in movies these days.
There should be more. That should be a recurring bit. Ryan Johnson, I love, like, you should make that a recurring bit, that whenever there's like a song that he's listening to embarrassingly, it's a song from Cats.
He loves the Cats soundtrack.
I will second this motion.
It's interesting that because all these have had titles. I don't know this song as much, but this is from a U2 title, U2 song called "Wake Up, Dead Man." Because Glass Onions, obviously Beatles, and because they actually use that one, and then Knives Out is Radiohead. And then one little detail I liked is that there is a little bit of connective tissue here to Knives Out. At one point, Mila Kunis mentions a detective by name, and it is Lakeith Stanfield's character's name from Knives Out. That is who.
Oh yeah.
Who seemingly recommended him to her. So.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed was the opening.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was a real brave choice to wait as long as they did to introduce Benoit. And like, what an amazing introduction! You know, just opening.
40 minutes, I think, out of about 2 hours and 10 minutes of runtime before the credits.
Just long enough where you're like, all right, let's get to
right. Let's get Benoit in here. Yeah,
and
I was thinking like, wow, did they make us wait an hour? And then I was like, okay, it's 40 minutes, but
he starts with that close-up of Benoit reading the thing that this is depicting, essentially, so it kind of lodges it in the back of your head a little bit. But that is a great moment when he's like there and he's like, please Lord, I need something to like help me out of this thing, and then the door just opens behind him. Hello.
I think just like I love seeing a filmmaker who just is like confident enough in what they're doing to like take big swings like that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why they got to keep being made, because they are just getting more tight with what it is. Whether you like the narrative fully or not, it's just everything. It's a machine you can create with great talent and him running point on it.
And every cast is kind of like a different dream blunt rotation. Like just like a different vibe.
But having him as the central,
not so much the characters. The characters. No.
Characters sort of nightmare blood rotation every time.
Well, you could like pick and choose. You know, it's like Anna de Armas, maybe the other younger girl, even though she does sell her out in the first one, they'd probably be fine.
I loved the one joke. I loved a lot of jokes in this. But one joke I particularly loved was when Kaylee Spandy like stands up and everyone goes, oh! And she's like, I can walk. Because you, the audience, have like also forgotten that she can walk.
Like I was thinking like, what's going on? They're like, oh right.
right.
Well,
you can tell he's an ensemble cast person. You know, I think that's why, like even like Poker Face, the stuff when he started with that, like you could tell where his brain was at. You know, with some of the ideas with that, and
unfortunately, from what I understand, is he is going to be doing something else next. He does plan to return to the Knives Out franchise, but I think I think
that's fair. I think that's fair.
Poker Face, he might be mysteryed out. You know,
I think this would be an opportunity to have
Star Wars
Blanc.
I was going to say, Star Wars would be perfect.
Yeah. This is also an opportunity for Benoit Blanc to just kind of like appear in other things. Because could you imagine a Benoit Blanc and Scooby-Doo crossover?
Yeah.
They're doing this Miss Piggy movie. I feel like he should show up. Like that. That feels like they live in the same.
There was a Sesame Street video where
with him,
a version of his character appeared.
I have some characters. It's not a single. It's like a trio of characters of my own that are similar in my brain. It's a little more horror-y than mystery, but like similar vein. And I have thought about the idea of like, what if one day there was like a crossover with them and Benoit Blanc? And I've always thought it would be funny. I don't think you would actually name a movie this, because there's two big reasons I think you wouldn't name a movie this, but there's a McCluskey song that I really love called Lightsaber Cocksucking Blues. And in my head, I was like, that'd be a great title.
I don't know if Netflix would.
I'm not. Yeah,
I think one of those words, blues, they would be okay with. I think the other two they might have issues with, for different reasons. But yeah. Any last wake up the dead man thoughts? Well, real quick, because I'm the only one who's seen it. What the hell? It froze on my screen.
I've seen the stage musical.
You've seen the stage musical.
I have listened to the first act of the stage musical.
I have no idea.
Well, then you haven't seen anything to do with this movie.
Not at all.
To anybody watching the video might have been frozen for a little bit while I had my thing up, but oh well, I literally don't know what to do. Zoom's being an asshole today. Anyways, Wicked for Good is Wicked Part 2. It's the second half of Wicked. Imagine if Wizard of Oz was told from all the other characters' points of view, and also everyone was all like fucking. Everyone is way more angry. I think one of the I am not the one to point this out, but it's so funny, like seeing the Tin Man in this movie, who's just like going like for once, I'm glad I'm heartless. I'll be heartless, killing her. And then you cut to in the Wizard of Oz, where he's like, ding ding bunk bunk ding bunk bunk. It's which isn't as much of an issue with the first one because you're kind of in like unexplored territory. But when you get into this one, it does feel a little bit like. It's like Zack Snyder's Wizard of Oz. It never should have been split. I mean, it's a weak second half. The play itself, the musical is always known as having a weaker second half, and the movie itself does not. The movie expands on characters in certain ways, but in terms of plotting, it still kind of keeps a lot of the like. There's a kind of nonsense plotting that musicals and stage plays can get, especially musical stage plays can get away with, that like a movie can't, where like a character just like leaves, like a character will like leave a scene and then something will happen to this other character, and then the character who left will later be like, oh, what happened to them? And it's like, well, why didn't you stay around? Like, what are you fucking talking about? And it's like, it works in a musical because there's like kind of an abstraction of like, what is supposed to be happening, but when the person literally just goes, it like seemingly doesn't care, and then later on, you know, they're upset about it. Also, the ladies should just be gay for each other. And I saw it on Limax instead of Dolby like the first, and I finally, for the first time, kind of understood the color grading criticisms of these movies. But I do think it's interesting that I noticed it more so on the IMAX as opposed to Dolby, which I saw the first one on. And it makes me think that some of the color grading issues we talk about now, where everything is really flat, is less. It's like the thing with Christopher Nolan movies where the sound is always fucked up because he's engineering it for the best possible sound system. So anywhere else, I genuinely think maybe these movies they're color grading it for something that has such a dynamic range that when you get to more standard digital projection, it is maybe like flattening it some. That's just a theory. I have no idea if that's right, because I know like Superman was a movie that was sort of criticized for its visuals, and I feel like when I watched that on like my like 4K monitor that has like HDR, amazing. It looks great. Yeah.
I think that totally might be the case, but I experience this with sound on, you know, like on TVs all the time, where you're just like, everything that I ever watch, like I can't hear a fucking word these people are saying to each other. Like, you know, and I've been in mixing booths, and yeah, your sound mixer's always going to mix it with like, here's my crazy surround sound setup. Yeah. And I'm like, that's awesome. 90% of people are going to watch this on their flat screen TV with its shitty built-in speakers, because we don't have like speakers in TVs anymore. Like, or on their iPad or their phone, like, which I don't think that people making films and television, whatever, should be playing to like the lowest version of viewing something. But I also don't think it's fair to be like, well, this only looks good or sounds good on the highest version of things, where then we're also like not putting things out in theaters for long enough for people to go and see them on the best thing, you know.
A couple things I liked and some weird things. I did feel like I have Goldblum behind me in this great outfit he wore to the premiere. He gets Goldblum really gets to be really Goldbloomy in this one.
I didn't even know he was in that.
Yeah, he's the wizard.
Oh shit, really? I'd see it just for that then.
This one, I would say if you're going for Goldblum, this one has more of him because the first one he's like much more obscured, because like he's the wizard.
He's not like the wizard. Yeah.
I also think there's the new song by Ariana Grande. Well, I don't like the song very much. I thought that the choreography for the visuals for that was really cool. It's sort of orchestrated where it makes it look like one long shot that keeps passing through these mirrors that she's like talking to. I do think it's weird the way they portray the Cowardly Lion, where I guess the Cowardly Lion's main issue with Elphaba is that he freed her. That seems, he's like, she threw me from my family, and it's like, well, you were like Dumbo in the first movie, like you were like in a horrible circus, like she freed you. like what are you talking about? And then also the entire movie is about like all the animals, they need to talk, and then the goat at the end. That's a whole thing, Bri. Like there's this whole thing where it's like
Goldblum. Honestly, that's the only thing that's interesting to me. Like other than
there's this goat character in the first one who talks a lot.
How have you escaped knowing anything about this?
The animals thing is a little more obscure. It's like a little more of like a specific.
Musicals are a thing. I have a thing with musicals. It's a thing. It's a whole thing.
Basically,
say no more.
There's this whole thing in the movies or in every version of the Wicked story, where animals in Oz could talk, but the bad people, like the wizard and Madame Morrible, who's what's her name? Michelle Yeoh's character. They're doing things so the animals are not talking. They're losing their ability to talk. And so Elphaba, the Wicked Witch, is like pro animals because she wants them to keep talking. And that's a big thing. There's this goat character from the first one, I believe, voiced by Peter Dinklage. And at the end of the movie, we see him return to his teaching position after, the wizard has been overthrown, and we literally don't hear him talk. He just walks in and he's silent. Like, I understand that would mean they would have to, throw Peter Dinklage a couple bucks. But are you fucking kidding me? Like, it's like the point of the movie. It's like
look, I know Wicked made money, but they didn't make Dinklage money. Okay.
So it's I don't know, like it wraps up the stuff from the first one, but it's just one of those things where it's like the Hobbit movies, where it's like the better version of this has less movie involved. And
the only thing I really know about this is the press cycle. And that's what I've been fascinated by.
We talking about press cycles earlier with Marty Supreme. I mean, I get it to a certain degree, but like I don't like what happened on that set. It was like Iwo Jima or something.
I completely missed this one. What?
Oh, dude, yeah, you being away from social media, I get it. Oh my God, you've missed like the weirdest relationship dynamic I've ever seen between two people that are like ozemping away into nothingness.
Yeah,
it's wild.
Well, I don't even want to necessarily criticize their looks. You fucker.
Oh no, I don't either. That's a very wrapped up way. It's more their relationship dynamic is just insane.
They seem really codependent. Yeah. They almost seem like they want to crawl into each. They're like dogs that love you too much, where they want to crawl into your skin or something with each other. Like
it's Arrivo. What's her first name? Arrivo.
Arriva McIntyre.
Yeah. Yes, Arriva McIntyre. No, but like she's the one who seems more dependent, because I don't know if you've seen any of these clips where like somebody jumps in the camera and grabs Ariana and she just like dives them. Like even that one time where like some crazy person ran it out, like she was ready to beat that person down. It was wild.
Well, it's like I understand Ariana Grande having issues because she's been through some shit, but like
but you know what? She also licked a donut. Like I love how everybody looks at her now and she's this peace and like she's like, oh look, and then look, I love Ariana Grande. I have a T-shirt. She's great, but let's not forget she licked a donut. Like she acts like she's in these studios, this soul of like, look, I love you all, peace be with you all. You licked the fucking donut.
What's the lick the donut thing?
You guys don't know?
No, I don't know about this.
It was when she was younger. There was like a viral video
about the donut thing.
And she went in and just like, you can see her in a bakery. It's like some like they have like the security camera or whatever, and you just see her like with her friends like, oh, and then she just licks a donut that was like on the rack for sale.
Oh,
basically.
okay. I was like, who cares?
Yeah, no, sorry. I should have phrased that because I know the meme of it so well. But yeah, that was like a big deal. But it's so funny because it's just juxtaposed to how she is now. I know people grow up and change, but it is just a wild justice. Like, what? Look for that video. I swear, it's worth seeing.
There is like
Talking about Ariana Grande's past, I would also urge people to read Jeanette McCurdy's book.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of talks about how Ariana Grande was acting on the set of Sam and Cat, and because it's kind of wild how the difference between Jeanette McCurdy and Ariana Grande was, even in like that period of time. Like, Ariana Grande was a favorite child of Dan Schneider, which is not a good thing to be.
Yeah, side note, if you've not read this book, it is fucking wild.
She's coming to LA to do like a big book reading theater, like a theater show. I'm actually gonna go in because I really.
Oh,
definitely.
Did she write a new book?
No, it's just she's touring more off of this book, and I think just doing like a big public theater reading or whatever.
Well, speaking of producers with questionable ethics, it's time for the next Mr. Beast bar. This is the pure milk chocolate. I believe this is gonna be like a Hershey bar. So this is kind of the test, because like a Hershey bar, people who aren't from America fucking hate Hershey's chocolate.
Hershey's the worst chocolate there is.
I mean, I kind of get it. It does suck, but I kind of, you know, I like it the same way I like that sort of radioactive orange mac and cheese you can get in America too, you know? And so, it's actually, again, pretty good. I would say both this and the peanut butter cup are better. Not this one, not by much. The peanut butter cup's like actually better than peanut butter cups. These, not as much. These are like slightly better than normal Hershey, but
you're going really ASMR with this one.
Yeah.
A lot of chewing sounds.
Anyways, who wants to describe the plot of the Testament of Ann Lee? Have you described? I don't think you've described anything, Scott. So why don't you do that one?
Oh boy! All right.
Honestly, you guys are the reason I kind of haven't rushed to see it, not because you guys dissed it hard, but because the reaction was just like, it's a lot, you know. So I'm like,
I liked it the least, I think, out of the three of us that saw it. To be fair.
I just think it's wild that this is coming out side by side with a movie where Amanda Seyfried and Sydney Sweeney are both playing housemaids.
Well, Sydney Sweeney is the housemaid to Amanda Seyfried, I believe.
Housemaid.
Oh.
Okay.
So the roles were just swapped.
Announced has given away some spoilers.
Yeah. Well,
I did not see the movie. I did not realize that was a spoiler.
We're teasing. Scott, go ahead.
Ann Lee. So she. It is the story of the Shaker movement in America and how it came to be through Ann Lee. Yeah. And surprise, turns out Wicked, not the only musical we're talking about tonight.
Yeah.
It is a musical, or rather, it takes the Quaker prayers, and when they do them, they're performing. It like a musical. It's not like there's instruments playing. Like in Sinners, for example. Mm-hmm. From the brutalist duo. This time, I can't remember her name.
Mona Fastvold.
She's the director, and
Mona.
It's something else.
Yeah, this is a weird. This is like a movie that's too weird to dismiss. Especially like it's very. It's not boring for sure, and
No.
I really like how it gets at the pagan roots of Protestantism, which is a thing that is more people should be talking about.
That's what interests me the most part, for sure. Of it, yeah.
I also think that it has a severe lack of conflict in the middle of the movie. Like, basically, in the middle of the movie, every time there's like, oh, here could be a story like these guys did, oh, they're not allowed in here, and then like the next scene they're like, okay, they're gone. And then there's like a scene later where she gets arrested for something, and then like the next scene she got out. And
it's the anti-Marty Supreme.
Yeah, and our friend Ann's review was like, just said Wikipedia ass article movie, and I kind of
that was the final nail of me like not rushing to see it.
I do kind of agree with that. Like, I like the movie, and I think it's compared. I definitely like it. I like it more than Wicked for Good, but not by a whole lot.
I would watch this movie though. The Testament of Daisygreen. That would I'd rush right too.
Yeah, something's going on over there.
Yeah, but it's a proper. Hey, if you're gonna segue out, that's a proper way of doing it.
But yeah, I think both Daisygreen and Scott liked it a little more than I did.
Yeah.
Something might be going on with my internet. My lights flickered earlier. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I think the Wikipedia comment is, I think, a worthwhile one. I like, what's funny is the only person who I knew who'd seen it before I saw it was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. And I went in kind of with that expectation. And then, well, first of all, I was thrown by, I told Connor this already, but AMC lied, and it started before the 25-minute after the showtime mark.
The 70 millimeter ones. Yeah.
And so I missed the very beginning, which like did really throw me off for a while, like where I was kind of like, wait, like how was she introduced? Like, was she introduced as like, here's Ann Lee, this like person whose name you should know? Like, I was kind of just like thrown a bit. Don't worry, I did send a very strongly worded email to AMC.
I'm sure they replied right away too.
They haven't yet, but I will report back.
I'm sure their best people are on it right now.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I do think the musical sequences, and I know this was me and Connor's sort of problematic commentary on Emilia Perez last year also in connection with Wicked, but that like, I thought the musical sequences in this were so interestingly done. Yeah. Like, especially the one on the boat when they're crossing to America. Yeah. Like, some of the most, like, it is not easy to film music and dance, in a way that makes it very, like, visceral and exciting and, like, has that feeling of movement. And I thought this did like such an exceptional job with that, and kind of such an exceptional job with like that kind of feeling of like being overcome. Like I did really kind of understand where these like songs and dance were coming from for them. Yeah. And I really liked that. And even too, I did have like a little bit of a jump scare because the on the boat, the like son of the rich guy who then is has sex, the one who has sex. Yeah. I did.
This is episode 69 already. 69.
I did theater with him in high school, and I had no idea he was in this movie. And so he like showed up in 70 million, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's Jamie. Like, what?
Not only is it Jamie, but he's fucking, and we don't really see him fuck.
He's fucking.
We don't see him fuck. It's implied fucking.
But even the thing of, I thought this used song very well for storytelling too, of like him and the girl that he falls in love with. Like, we don't see them have a single conversation. Like, they share one song, and I'm like, yeah, I got it. Like, they are overcome. Like, that is kind of this continual feeling.
The characters, I completely agree. I genuinely, like I said, I wish they're such a powerful, and I don't want to necessarily get, because this would get into spoiler territory, but eventually there is a conflict that happens at the end, and it's like it's a rough sequence. And the problem is that it's basically the first time there has been a conflict that has lasted more than 2 scenes since the first act. And like, I just wish the movie, like I said, there's a point where they walk by slaves being sold and they're really upset about it. I'm like, ooh, what's that going to be about? Nothing. There's a point where the husband is like sexually frustrated because the whole thing is that the Shakers don't fuck even if they're married. They don't even like marriage.
No.
And then it just kind of like he does something bad and it's awful, and then the next scene he's gone and it's fine.
And then he's gone the rest of the movie. No, I did feel a little bit, and like Jay was brought up in a religious family, which I was not, and talking about it afterwards with him, he was a little bit like, yeah, this is like a religious tale brought to life. Like this is how those stories are told, where it's like, here is the story of this person. Here's the story of this person. Here are the like trials they faced that they always overcame, and they kept overcoming because that's why they're this like religious figure, and I think with that kind of perspective after the fact, I was like, okay, I can see how this was that. I think I had a little bit while watching it, that thing of like, why? Like, why are we being told this story? Like, why this? Why now? Like, I'm intrigued, but also like, are we going to make any sort of statement about like, was she right about the no sex thing? Because it feels like that was kind of like the end of the movement.
It feels like you're gonna lose followers. You're gonna bleed. Even though I did like what you said, because when the movie was, I guess, produced last year, movies take a while before. In the end, there's a lot of scenes that show details about different Shaker communities, and it ends with the fact that there's only 2 left, but apparently this summer
there's 3.
This summer there's a third one. So yeah, Daisy Green asked what if she saw this movie and was like, I'm in.
Not the greatest recruiting tool, but a recruiting tool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I remember the musical number where the guy was like following his finger. I just remember like shaking my head and thinking like, I can't believe this movie exists. Like, I can't believe
this
movie got
weird
funding. Like it's amazing to me that The Brutalist was their commercial picture, because like as wild as The Brutalist is, it's essentially like a Holocaust movie, it's the kind of movie Hollywood likes to make.
Sure.
Even if they did it in a way that Hollywood does not like. This was not that at all. And I guess like it was interesting when you mentioned like there's no conflict in the middle. I guess I didn't miss the conflict. Like it was because I was like, this is just the story. This is because it didn't, like, I guess in a weird way, like just that being alive was a conflict. Like it just all that shit sucked, and like.
I mean that is why I don't want to dismiss the film, and I think it's definitely worth checking out if it's something that I've seen 59 2025 films so far, and I have it basically ranked right at the middle, and which feels about right to me. I think that's I think that's like one of those things I realize more and more as I get older, because that was something that bothered me. It's not the exact same thing, but I remember Dunkirk, the Christopher Nolan movie. I kind of hate that movie because I remember when I watched it.
I love that movie.
Well, fuck you. Every time I just hated how like every time I was getting into a scene and was like, ooh, I like these characters and the conflict, and it was like, oh, it would cut somewhere else. I'd be like, fuck. And like I get it. I get the point. But I do think it's kind of like I haven't seen. I know Bellatar, rest in peace. I haven't seen any of her movies. I don't know if I ever will. But like Satan Tango, the 7-hour movie that starts with a 10-minute shot of just cows hanging out. There's a part of me that's like, I get it. Like I get the point you're making. I don't really engage with it. This isn't really something that like does anything for me. I get it.
Yeah.
I
do wonder, I mean, maybe just because two things. Maybe just because we're talking about it next to Wake Up Dead Man, I will just say I think there is something I think there's something in the water currently of like feeling the kind of desire to make like a movie that in a way is about faith, but isn't in the like a very like weirdo way in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that is kind of like we're in this place of like, God, everything's so horrible. What do we do? You know, and it's like that is when people turn to faith in some form.
I'm gonna put sigils on my door, bro. I don't know what the fuck else to do.
But the other thing that I think is absolutely worth mentioning is I think Amanda Seyfried's performance is
I was
exceptional in this movie. Like, I think she's wonderful.
Well,
now we lost Scott.
Scott's roboting out. Oh, we can. I think maybe you're back.
You're back.
He's back. A dinosaur story.
I don't think we can hear him.
We can't
but
hear you for some reason, though.
Yeah, your audio.
Now we can hear you.
Now.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry. I was too excited about Amanda Seyfried. While watching this, I've been thinking like, wow, she has gone like criminally underrated for
Oh my
so
God.
long. Like
for
she's
so
been
long.
She's well regarded. She's an Oscar nominee, so it's not like she's like.
No, and
she got to work with David Lynch.
Yeah.
I also
in a major way.
I haven't seen The Housemaid yet. I've heard that it's quite different from The Testament of Anne Lee, you know, like, but even that too, of like having two movies out right now where you're like, here's the like frothy box office movie and the like crazy art house movie. And like, I'm assuming I'm going to buy her equally in both is like just incredibly cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Around forever since Mean Girls. And always killing it, but like it just seems like she should be up there with like Emma Stone and just like I hope this movie opens more doors to like incredible. She gets a chance to do performances.
I would be behind her.
I want to talk about.
She definitely needs to get a nomination. I would be behind her winning if Rose Byrne hadn't done If I Had Legs.
I could see her getting nominated. I'm not sure about the rest of the movie. I think it's too weird for the Oscars, but like, her performance I think rises above.
Costumes.
One thing, maybe, I
thought the set design and stuff too was really like beautiful, and also is so like you kind of don't realize how much of like New England architecture, you know, is like kind of built in this way, like because of how they were just building him.
That's what I'm actually most excited about, because I grew up in New England, so like all that, like the way that looks, because so much of it just is still there. So it's just like when you're there, you're realizing, like, I mean, obviously being out here in California, like it's not as old as like that New England, you know, where you're just like, no, this is the core of everything in this country in a lot of ways. And, you know, so if growing up and I didn't realize it prospectively until I moved here. And then you're like, God, this is a scary fucking place I grew up in. But you don't realize it when you're on your way to Duncan and all that. But like, there's such great stuff there.
I love
you're not thinking how much you owe the Shakers when you're at Duncan.
I love LA, and I actually genuinely I genuinely love LA, and I don't see myself really wanting to move too far from here in the future. But I will also say, since moving here, I've grown more appreciative of Texas and like where I'm from, and certain aspects of the culture less so, but certain other things more so.
That's a great thing about perspective and time and perspective. It really does it.
Scott, did you have one other thing you wanted to say?
Yeah, slight spoiler. It happens very early in the movie. Sorry, Bri, but Anne has and loses 4 children. And we go through that in a montage of the conception, the birth, and death of each child.
Okay.
Now,
like in one sequence?
Basically, yeah.
It is a lot. And I was sitting there and thinking, it's Christmas. I just saw Marty Supreme.
Yeah, that's right.
It's Christmas Day.
I'm very, very high.
Honestly,
I don't know if I'm in the right mindset. And like, I had to be like, I can't leave right now. I can't tell that I'm going to
honestly,
leave right
that's
now.
why I dipped after Marty Supreme, because I was like not in a great headspace as it was, and I was like, I think I gotta go home. I'm gonna listen to myself on this one.
Right call. That I'm glad I stuck it through because I really did enjoy the movie, and the rest wasn't.
Sure.
But like that, I was like, oh boy, okay.
That is
there's a lot.
Yeah.
But let me know when you go see it. I might go with you. I genuinely want to see it again.
Yeah, no, for real, yeah. Good thing about A-list.
Yeah.
Well, before we go to the games, I I want to talk about a couple movies that I have only seen, and some other stuff we have a little less to talk about, I think, than those. One featured behind me, the old man from Rental Family, which is one of my my second favorite of all the movies we're talking about, actually, right behind Wake Up Dead Man in my list I posted today. Brendan Fraser is an actor in Japan who basically does white guy roles, and he gets hired by this company that basically fills in parts of people's lives that are missing. So, for instance, we see there's like a funeral for a guy who's like really sad, and it makes him feel better, that kind of thing. Specifically, Brendan Fraser gets hired, one, to be the dad for this little girl because she needs a dad to get into the school system, and two, he poses as a reporter on the behest of this guy's daughter. This is a former actor who's getting older and less relevant, and he starts a friendship with them, and it's really great. It's incredibly sweet and moving, really funny. I watched it again. I watched it 2 times. I watched it again with my parents over Christmas. It was like playing we were in the Palm Springs area, and there was one theater in the entire area that was playing it at one time. So we went to go see it, and there's a great, really funny bit towards the end that I was like, I bet my dad's gonna laugh really hard at this, and he did, and I was happy about that. So yeah, this behind Wake Up Dead Man, Rental Family gets a huge recommendation, but I really don't have much to say about it, which is why I didn't feature it. But I'm going to keep him behind me. As I mentioned, Hedda, Nia DaCosta's adaptation of Hedda Gabler, some fucking old play. One of those movies that is based on a play where it's super obvious that it is based on a play. And I mean that in a bad way. It's so funny because, like, Begonia... Begonia is an interesting... I mean, Begonia is not based on a play, but, like, you could almost see it being based on a play, considering how, like, contained it mostly is, but it doesn't feel like that. It is mostly one location, I don't know. It's a good movie. Tessa Thompson's really good in it. It's kind of like a deconstructed murder mystery, which isn't really a spoiler because from the very beginning they do like a flash forward that some sort of violence has happened. And it's almost like at the end of Wake Up Dead Man when Benoit Blanc and co like lay out, here are all the things that happen. It's like if that was the movie where you just saw that stuff, like the explanation of what happened, which is kind of interesting, but whatever. I also saw Highest to Lowest, Spike Lee's remake of High and Low, which is my favorite Kurosawa movie. I like this quite a bit because it's basically just that movie with Spike Lee, Spike Leeing all over the place. Especially there's scenes, A$AP Rocky, Denzel plays the executive who's kid is kidnapped by someone. We eventually find out this isn't it's pretty obvious. It's like A$AP Rocky, who's this musician, and there's these interesting things where it's like almost like in another world Denzel could have been his producer. It kind of hints at, which is really interesting, and like maybe this entire thing happened because Denzel like fell out of love with the music and like wasn't paying attention enough to like the things going on around him. I know Brian Scott, y'all saw that one.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I'd say the biggest difference is that like it kind kind of drifts away from like essentially the Denzel Washington character.
Yeah.
Like this one really sticks with him because like I don't say the second half of that, but maybe like the last third is very much a cop procedural.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Spike doesn't want to follow the fucking cops. Yeah, I think it was just it's a shame it was mostly an Apple and only a few theaters because it's probably one of his biggest crowd pleasers he's done in a while.
Yeah.
I dug it a lot. Denzel was really good.
Yeah, I actually got to see it with a full audience. I went to the Egyptian, and it was a screening with Spike Lee. Actually, he was there, and it was one of those where I'm like, I have to get there. I have to be close because how many chances do we in LA get to see Spike Lee? And that kind of thing, dude. And it was one of those like he came up, he did the intro of the film, came down like from the middle of the crowd, so he was feeling it. It was a great energy in the crowd. Film's playing, maybe like right in I don't want to say the last 15 minutes of the film. I started hearing this because I sit kind of close, and like a few rows behind me, I started hearing this almost like gurgling noise, and I was like, "What is happening?" And it was like a dude who had like a medical emergency, like at that moment. And so like the film's going on, but then like you start hearing like stop the film, and like just the world we live in. It was a very like chaotic situation, and you're deep in this like film, which at that point is like a lot going on. And it was just such a weird experience because they did raise the house lights, bring it down, but like the theater, sold out, packed Egyptian, was like dead silent to the point where you could like actually hear the ambulances come like rolling down Hollywood Boulevard from like that exterior. It was a very weird scenario. And then the Q&A after, Spike like comes down. Dude was so shook by the experience because he watched the film that it was like he was just like, that's never happened to me before. Like you could tell he was genuinely like, what the fuck? And then so like he just like, he answered like 2 questions and was like, I'm done with this shit. But it was like definitely by far one of the wildest theater experiences I've ever had. Funnily enough, I think it was weird.
Yeah, his embarrassing crypto commercial he did a couple of years ago aside, I really love Spike Lee, even when he's not making movies I like very much, which is often because I feel like his is like all over the place. He's what a interesting dude. Also, I know one thing people talk about the score for Highest to Lowest, and I there's a couple moments I agree it's like maybe overly bombastic, but to me it almost reminded me of like Howard Shore's score for Seven, or that kind of thing. But
I would have appreciated something a little different, but it's like, hey, it didn't take me completely out of it, but it was more just like, oh, I would have done this differently. But that's just more preference, obviously. But clearly that was what the vibe they were going for, which it still works.
Yeah. Starting to feel a little sick. I think it's time.
Can I just do one quick on a couple of that I saw recently? I went to go. It was like a week before Christmas. I got to see the Chronology of Water, which is Kristen Stewart's new film with starring Imogen Poots. It's incredible. An incredibly heavy film too. Like it basically delves through like this crazy journey of dealing with trauma. And warning, it is a lot of essay heavy stuff and thematics. It's one of those films where you're watching it makes you so uncomfortable the entire time, but you just know you're watching something like important. And it's one of those that sat with me the entire time, and it's still with me. And it kind of does a very fever dream visual aspect of it. And some of the creepy, horrific stuff, it's not graphic, but the way and the intention and the feeling and the viscerality of it, unbelievable. And I got to see the Q&A after Kristen was doing it, and Karn Kusama was the moderator, which honestly was the perfect person to be in the moderator. And even Karn was just like, the confidence you had in this film is just incredible. So, and I fully agree. So I think it's coming out the beginning part of this year. So definitely keep an eye out on it because it's
I think like this
watch, but incredibly worth watching.
Yeah, I think it comes out this week or next week. Like,
yeah.
She was just on Seth Meyers, so
oh, cool.
Like it's coming out pretty quickly. Really? Yeah, if I can mention one, I saw Avatar twice. My shit. Hey man, I'll go to Pandora again. Let's get 4 and 5.
I heard there's a sexy fire lady this time.
And yeah, there is a scene in this movie where she has Quinge the bad guy take some like Pandora peyote, and it's one of the best drug trip scenes I've ever seen put on film. It's like, oh, this is what IMAX 3D was made for, baby. Give me some of that
Bigelow
shit.
jumped in for that. She was like,
I want to go on that ride.
Well, I think
Good
it's
stuff.
time for Connor's Wicked Games, sponsored by Chris Isaac. Every week, like Jigsaw, I like to play a little game. This week, like I said, they wrote me something here. Feastable questions, sponsored by Mr. Beast. Feastables is all about the pursuit of knowledge beyond all else, even human emotion. Here are some trivia questions about the movies you all just discussed to expand that knowledge. So yeah, I guess it's just they didn't say how much. I'll just do 1 point for each one. Scott, we'll start with you. These are all. It's just a question, and there's 3 choices. ABC.
Okay.
So one, much like Mr. Beast, Timothy Chalamet is also a YouTuber who years ago had a channel where he A, did analysis of sports teams, B, created modded video game controllers, or C, performed psychological experiments.
Can I hear the options again?
Analysis of sports teams, modded video game controllers, or psychological experiments.
I'll say analysis of sports teams.
Luna?
What was that one about psychological experiments? I'm going with that.
Okay. Bri?
what's the other one?
Game controllers, modded video game controllers.
Fuck it. Yeah, I'll go with that. Whatever.
Daisygreen?
Sports teams.
It looks like Bri's the only one. It created modded video game controllers. I actually I did look at some of these. You can find them. It has a little baby.
Cool.
It has a little baby voice.
That's funny.
And there's an extra rule here. If one of the players has a feastable snack, they may burn it in a bowl, and they will summon Mr. Beast to give them advice. I think that might be a joke.
I don't know what any of that means.
I don't know feasible.
The Mr. Beast Company wrote these questions?
The Mr. Beast Company. It's all in the files I have here. Okay, Luna, we're gonna start with you. The Shakers, as depicted in the Testament of Ann Lee, used all natural ingredients, much like Feastables. According to a recent interview, what is the main current staple dish of the remaining modern Shakers who live in Maine? A, sandwiches, B, stews, or C, chowders?
I mean, it's Maine, so chowders, right?
Bri?
What's chowder and what's the other?
Stews and sandwiches.
I want to say chowder too, but I don't know. I know Maine's not really super duper known for chowder, but
I'm gonna need an answer.
yeah, I'll go Maine.
Okay. You mean chowders? You mean chowders?
Yeah, Maine was not an option.
Chowders, yeah, whatever.
Daisygreen?
Connect the dots. How do you need them to do?
I'll go stew.
Scott?
I was thinking stew. Yeah.
Well, the chowders have it. That was...
It's like, I mean, there's multiple New Englands. I mean, it's usually more the Boston area is that's where the original.
Boston clam chowder.
I went once to the original seafood restaurant in New England where they invented clam chowder, basically the New England version of it.
Yeah, that's kind of where my head was at too.
Yeah.
Luna or Daisygreen, we're gonna start with or no, it's Bri now. Sorry, I'm fucking it up. I'm feeling a little weird. Bri, this is the next question. Mr. Beast does not imprison apes or monkeys on the scale that the Wizard of Oz does. In the original book, why do the monkeys serve the Wicked Witch? A, hatred for the wizard, B, magic hat, or C, they are in a social experiment where they spend 30 days working for the Wicked Witch in order to win food for their family.
I like how a bunch of you guys are laughing at this as if you're and I have a very limited knowledge. I've seen Wizard of Oz once when I was a child. C? You guys, there's most reaction to C. I'm gonna go with C.
Daisygreen?
I'm gonna go hatred of whoever it was.
The wizard.
Yeah.
Scott.
So I was thinking the hatred of the wizard.
Luna.
I don't know how anyone could hate Jeff Goldblum, but I think that is the answer.
Unfortunately, no points for anyone. It's a magic hat.
Oh no!
So, Daisygreen, this one's going to start with you. Hold on. It's kind of a long question. FEASTABLES celebrates the spirit of camaraderie, much like Wheaties mentioned in Marty Supreme. While Marty was the first Safdie brothers film not directed by both brothers, we can assume that they don't despise each other and won't talk to each other and won't even answer the phone anymore because one put the other in a recreation of the Cube from Cube. What were the first brothers to be featured together on a Wheaties box? A. Peyton and Eli Manning. B. Sterling and Shannon Sharp. Or C. JJ and TJ Watt.
JJ and TJ Watt.
Scott.
So Mannings.
Luna.
What was the question?
Well, there's all this stuff here. There's other stuff about brothers here. I noticed there's an asterisk here which does say that he did have, he does have a brother, an older brother. I don't know what's going on there.
But okay, brother, Mr. Beast.
Yeah, Mr. Another Beast, a Beast Senior. That would be his dad. The question is, what were the first brothers to be featured together on a Wheaties box? Peyton and Eli Manning, Sterling and Shannon Sharp, or JJ and TJ Watt?
Can I pass?
Sure.
At this point, you're just saying names, and I don't.
Guess A, B, or C.
Any of these. Can I say the Williams sisters and just be done with it?
Bri?
What did Daisygreen say?
JJ and TJ Watt.
That was the most confident answer I heard in this group, so I'm going to go with that.
Well, you'll be glad you did, because that is the correct answer.
I also am banking on that you have some sports. I just know everyone else in this world where Scott's the only one that really knows, but I don't know. I didn't feel confident enough in that answer.
Right. I don't know Wheaties sport.
Yeah, I understand.
All right, Scott, the title of Wake Up Dead Man was inspired by the U2 song of the same name, yes, but according to director Ryan Johnson, it was also inspired by the lyrics to which song? A, Come On Up to the House by Tom Waits, which was featured in the film. B, Ain't No More Cane on the Brazos, which is a traditional folk song. Or C, I Am Mr. Beast by El Pequeño Genio and Mr. Beast.
I'm going to go with A.
All right, Luna?
I don't know. B.
Bri?
It is the legend Tom Waits.
And Daisygreen?
Yeah, I'll go Tom.
Well, Luna's the only one that got a point. It is the traditional folk song, Ain't No More Cane on the Brazos.
Wow.
I just kind of picked one at random wasn't C.
I could have sworn it was him.
Well, that song's in the movie. So.
No, I know that, but even just referencing the U2 stuff, I thought he worked with that. But what do I know?
Luna, A$AP Rocky stars in Highest to Lowest. Mr. Beast does not know A$AP Rocky, but would like to. What is A$AP Rocky's real name? A, Rakeem Mayers, B, Tawheed Epps, or C, Kendrick Duckworth?
You have to read that again.
What is A$AP Rocky's real name? Rakeem Mayers, Tawheed Epps, or Kendrick Duckworth?
I'm gonna go with the first one, although I really want to pick Duckworth.
Bri?
I'm pretty sure it's Rakeem.
Daisygreen?
Yeah, I'm also going Rocky to Rakeem.
Scott?
Yeah, Rakeem.
Well, you all got it right. Tawheed Epps, I think, is 2 Chainz, and Kendrick Duckworth is Kendrick Lamar's real name. Bri, Unlike some of the characters in Wake Up Dead Man, Mr. Beast is not an alcoholic, former or otherwise. Who was the first person Mr. Beast ever drank with? Mr. Bink? They're the snipers on me now. Who was the first person Mr. Beast ever drank with? A, his dad, B, Logan Paul, or C, Andrew Tate?
I want to say his dad. I hope his dad.
Daisygreen.
Logan Paul.
Scott.
I don't know. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, like, didn't he have like the worst thing ever like happen with one of the people that were on that show recently or something?
I'll say his dad.
Mr. Beast is doing war crimes on YouTube.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Luna.
Yeah, Logan Paul. Mr. Beast is also a controversial YouTuber that seems like he would hang out with Logan Paul. So
he does. I just hope that like not his first time.
I also hope that it's his dad, but like something in the ether is telling me
same.
It's the Japanese forest man.
Yeah.
Well,
I know.
You were gonna think that voice in the ether because it was in fact Logan Paul.
Yeah. I knew he wasn't quite Andrew Tate. I mean, not yet. Anyways, maybe he's crossing over, but definitely the Logan Paul for sure. Damn.
Did you guys see Logan Paul get knocked the fuck out?
Oh, it was so beautiful.
That fight?
It was wonderful.
I mean, I have just never seen anyone box with worse form than him. Where his arms are just dangling down the whole time.
I love the tongue thing was fantastic. Where that was his like symbol to be like end it, and he just ended it for like the way it was supposed to. And I love that his brother was chirping and I think it was like right after that he got knocked out when his brother's just chirping, and now he's gonna like avenge for his brother.
What section of the show is this? Boxing discussion?
This is the boxing.
Daisygreen. Wicked
for social media boxing card. This is a professional sport.
Daisygreen, Wicked for Good was promoted many ways, including a collab with Walmart's Great Value brand on mystery color macaroni and cheese that is either pink or green. What was the value of the really expensive mac and cheese that Mr. Beast once ate? Is it A, $1,500, B, $3,000, or C, $5,000?
$5,000.
Scott?
1,500.
Luna?
Whichever's the most expensive.
Bri?
Yeah, whatever I can ball out, I will. Yeah, of course.
It is the $5,000. It is the most expensive one. I don't know if he ate all of it.
That's honestly less than I thought it was going to be. Had you said 30,000, I would have been like, sure.
Yeah.
Scott, in Hedda tries to kill herself multiple times, something she wouldn't have attempted if Mr. Beast Burger existed, which it now does in England. Which of these countries still desperately needs a Mr. Beast Burger to prevent more loss of life? A, Belarus, B, Kuwait, or C, Slovenia?
Kuwait?
Luna?
Yes.
You got a good deal.
Nope. Burn it. Burn it all.
Brian?
Like
pass. I'm not.
Perfect. I'm going to say D, Venezuela.
Daisy
I think
Green?
they need to be saved by Mr. Beast right now, you know?
I'm going to say Belarus.
Well, that's a point for Daisygreen because Belarus, you can get a Mr. Beast Burger in both Kuwait and Slovenia.
I knew that. I got that vibe.
Luna, Hikari is the mononym pseudonym of the Japanese woman who directed Rental Family. Mr. Beast has never killed a Japanese woman. What is Hikari's real name? A, Mitsuyo Miyazaki, B, Mari Yamamoto, or C, Shino Shinozaki? It's a weird way to word that question, I feel like. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, can you repeat like the last part of that question?
Yeah, what is Hikari's real name? Is it A, Mitsuyo Miyazaki, B, Marie Yamamoto, or C, Shino Shinozaki? I feel like I'm nailing those pronunciations.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely.
I want to go with Mari.
Okay. Bri?
My weed level's at a point where they all kind of blend. So pick one. Let's say B.
Daisygreen?
I'll go C.
And Scott?
I was also thinking B.
Well, no one picked A, which was the correct answer.
Bam.
So right now we have one final Jeopardy style question. Daisygreen, Bri, and Luna, you all have 5 points. Scott, you have 1 point.
Starting the year off strong, champion. That's a Marty Supreme move right there. If I've ever seen it.
The category is Mr. Beast. So please note how much you would like to wager. I'll take y'all's at your words. Okay.
Of our points?
Yeah.
Or no, we're wagering money.
Oh, of your points. No, not real money.
Okay.
No. This isn't
Right after.
an actual Mr. Beast video. So the question is, everyone's wagered in their head how many points they're going to wager.
Yes.
The question, and we will start with the Bri, because I think that's where we would start. Name something Mr. Beast isn't being sued for in the ongoing Beast Games lawsuit filed by 5 anonymous contestants for Mr. Beast's show, Beast Games. So a little more detail. Class action lawsuit on behalf of 5 anonymous contestants.
Do I have to name the people?
No, you don't have to. Just name something that he's not being sued for.
Oh, being a good human being.
How many points did you wager?
All of them.
Daisygreen, how many points did you wager? I should have done it in that order.
I wagered 4.
And what is your answer?
Wrongful death.
Let me double check. Okay. Yep. Scott, how many points did you wager?
I wagered my 1 point.
Yes, and what have you guessed?
Dinosaur?
Okay. And Luna, how much did you wager?
I'll wager everything.
And what is your guess?
Stealing Pokemon game mechanics.
Well, congratulations, you are all correct. He has not been accused of creating dinosaurs, stealing Pokemon game mechanics, being a good person, or wrongful death. It's just sexual harassment, lack of medical care, inadequate food, unpaid expenses and wages, and misrepresentations about the show.
Great.
So
Wonderful.
I just
fraud with the giveaway. You get that.
which they really want me to emphasize that's all it is. So I want to thank Feastables for sponsoring this episode. Scott. Well, actually, no. The rule, everyone gets a medal because we got a tie in the way I do the rules. So Scott, you get the bronze medal. You did get 2 points. Daisygreen, you with 9 points because you weren't as brave as these other 2 souls. You get the silver medal, and Bri and Luna both get a gold medal.
We
have a nothing to lose mentality.
Give it back.
Yeah.
So like roll through this.
My grandma, who's
as one of the 2 people who got the most Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast trivia, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I wear this bronze with pride.
Yeah.
Well, Scott, are you Scott, are you good to go?
I am ready to go, yes.
All right, let me make sure is the spotlight gonna work? Okay, it did.
Brought to you by Eric Clapton and, this is a little embarrassing, Hershey's. So this week, let's see. First off, we got Rick and Morty The End. They're finishing their run on Omnipress. So this is part 2 of, it's going to be like a 6-part series. They are dragging The End out. I think it's going to go to May. But I really like the last series they did, Rick and Morty versus the Universe. This is definitely a continuation of that, one that left on a cliffhanger. This one just came out today. I haven't got a chance to read it yet. I've been pretty busy. But the big story is X-Men is back to the present. For the past 3 months, they've been doing the Age of Revelation storyline, but now that has ended. So if you're an X-Men fan, now is a good time to jump on board. We've the X-Men 23, which is a return to Jen McKay's storyline. I know Gail Simone's Uncanny X-Men is coming in a few weeks. The rest of the line is mostly starting over. Cyclops is getting his own miniseries along with Rogue. A lot of the other series are somewhat continuations, but like a different title. So Psylocke is now Psylocke Ninja. And I know Laura Kinney's book is, I think, going to feature Gabby a bit more. But Wolverine is back. That also came out today, Wolverine 14. I've really been enjoying the series. So, yeah, it's definitely worth checking out. And like I said, if you're an X-Men fan, January is the time to get on board because it's all kind of starting over with new storylines.
Yeah. I'm feeling a little weird, so I think after this I need to call like a doctor or something. But does anybody have anything else? I'd love more if I get into genocide in Palestine, Sudan, everywhere else. The first season of Pluribus was really good. We finished that. I think I'm bleeding from my nose.
Yeah, no, your eyes look like really
over there.
up.
So yeah, does anybody have anything else?
No.
No. All
Well,
right.
Out of concern for your safety.
Yeah.
All right.
Hope you get the help you need.
Well, next episode in 2 weeks, we're coming back with James Bond Club Volume 2. We're talking about Goldfinger, Thunderball, and The Man from Uncle Pilot, which I'm really trying to find the original version of because it's called Fleming's Solo. I want to thank Bri here for composing our outro. I want to thank sorry, I'm getting a little lost here. My eyes are having a hard time focusing.
You don't think it was the Feastables, do you?
I don't think so. They said there was no rat poison in them.
You had a lot of them though. You had a few of them though.
I did have a few of them.
Quite a few of them.
You should check us out, CinemaCurse666 on Instagram and TikTok. Smash that like button, like and subscribe. Share this episode with Mr. Beast and tell him how did I good. Well, all right. Well, I hope everyone has a good day, a good morning.
Oh no, it's night.
It's evening. Yeah, it's nighttime. Yeah.
Connor, are you serious? Are you okay? Are you having a stroke?
I'm.
You smell toast anywhere? Out of curiosity?
Bon James the name.